So the first thing we need to do is to actually make sure, if we're going to drench sheep, that they're going to get the right dose rate of the wormer. And that's very important because, as we'll see as we go through this process, we need to be able to make sure we're killing as many of the worms as we possibly can. So before we even weigh a sheep, we need to actually find out that the weigh crate is weighing accurately. And to do that, quite simple, all we're going to do is a known weight in a bag. So a 25 kilo bag. In it goes, just to check that the crate's actually doing its job. And this needs to be done every time you start with the weigh crate, because they do, if you move them around, and they've been used quite a lot, they will actually need recalibrating. Spot on. Okay, so we know our weigh crate's working properly. Okay, so we've got our sheep in there now, we've just got a weigher. So let that go. Weight 41 kilos. So we've just got to go and find our dose rate now for the product that we're going to use, and make sure that we're going to deliver the right amount. So now we've just got to work out what our dose rate is. We've got a 41 kilo sheep, and we've got two choices of product here just to demonstrate for you. With this one, this is a white wormer, and you can see on the box there the little symbol there, which is on all new packaging now, just to help you to realise what group of wormer you're actually using. So 1BZ is a group 1 and a white wormer. And if we were going to be drenching the sheep with this product, we would be looking for 41 to 50 kilos, which would give us 10 mils of product. Always going over, not under. So she was 41 kilos, so we must use the 41 to 50 kilo dose rate. It's spring at the moment. If we were going to actually use this product to kill adult fluke, which might be on a fluky farm, that's something we might want to do, then there's a different dose rate, and we would have to take that up to 14 mils instead of 10. But very important that every time you check the dose rate, and you work it out for the whatever you're going to use that product for. Now, in contrast, we have another product here. This one you'll see on the bottom belongs to the 4AD group, the orange group. There's only one product in that group. And here for our 41 to 50 kilo animal, it's 5 mils. So exactly half as much as if we were going to use the 1BZ product here. And this one has no action against fluke. This is a straight wormer, and we would be possibly using this one as part of a quarantine routine. So we've got two other products here, just to make the point that you always do have to be careful. Again, here we've got another one of the 1BZ, a white drench, and across here a different sort of table, and this time the dose rate is broken down into 10 kilo chunks. So we had a 41 kilo animal in here. Now the temptation might be to say, oh well, 40 kilos, 8 mils, but it's really important that we get the dose rate right, and it's not under, it's slightly over. So here I would recommend that you go for midway between the two, and instead of an 8 mil dose, go for a 9 mil dose, which would cover you up to 45 kilos. In contrast, here with another product again, which has no table at all. Looking at the symbols here, you've got one of this is one of the newest products, which is a group 5. It's actually a dual active product. Again, one we would use in quarantine, but there's no table at all. And actually here you've got to look down the instructions, and all it gives you is an amount per kilo of body weight. So you've really got to work that out for yourself, and never ever guess. Always work it out very accurately. If you haven't already seen the introduction to how these discs help us to explain the basis of anthelmintic resistance, can I suggest that you click to that first before you watch the next bit of the explanation from this video. So why is it so important that we get the dose rate right in our sheep? Why is it so much of a danger in terms of anthelmintic resistance? Well, if I can use my discs here, these worms here, as we've previously explained, are completely susceptible. So when we use the drench or the injection, those should be killed, no problem at all. And we've previously talked about these horrors, which are the ones that are totally resistant. They've got 2 copies of a gene for resistance. But in the middle, there's a whole load that have got a copy, 1 of each. So we call these heterozygous, and they will have 1 copy for resistance and 1 copy for susceptibility. And the problem is that if we don't get the drench right and the dose rate right, the chances are that a lot of these are going to stay alive. Now, problem number one, that means the sheep goes away with a lot more worms in it, so we haven't done a very good job. Problem number two is that if we were to kill all of those and all of those, then there's only a small amount of red genetic material left to go on and breed with the next generation of worms. If, on the other hand, all we do is successfully kill those, then we've left a lot more red genetic material around that can go forward and breed with the next generation. And that's one really good way with underdosing that we allow resistance to build a lot more quickly than if we got rid of all of those as well.